Alright guys, so pretty much, brand new Despia just came out, yeah? The brand new structure decks. Guess who tops the first locals where it's at? The man who's been playing Despia for months?
It's easy.
Yeah. So he's going to show us his first place deck profile, and pretty much this man knows Despia in and out. I'm not going to be surprised if he doesn't explain like 20 things. So get ready for an insightful deck profile where he also won the lovely mat from said locals.
I'll win another one as well Sunday.
Yeah.
So we'll start with the basics. Free Aluba. Everyone knows
Other
this.
way around. Just make it easy, innit?
Free Aluba, very basic. If you don't know what it does, it's simple. It adds your spells and traps. It's a potential combo starter, or in another way, it's like a way to get your follow-ups and your extensions. Way too expensive right now. If you want to play the deck and you don't want to drop the money, wait till it goes from the past 2. There's a multitude of ways you can summon this out, so it's just pretty much going to be your main card for the deck, to be honest. To add consistency now, for instance, the structure we have Spriggan's Kit. So this is like a Luba, but there's a way to special it once you're actually going through mid-combo, so it extends that way, and it also searches a spell and a trap.
What's the reasoning for 1 as well?
For 1, because I only need to normally search 1. So going through the combo later on, there's 2 ways you're going to get Spriggan's Kit. You're either going to get it off-branded Lost, if you play it at 1, which I do, and that's going to search it for you so you can extend mid-combo. Or if you're playing it, you can get it off Iron Dash Dragon, which means you can special it or add it to hand. But that will come up later. The only reason that 1, consistency is enough if you're playing free opening. Aluba already does it. It's not that necessary. And 9 times out of 10, if you can't special it because you haven't got the fusion on board, it works the same as Aluba. So 1 is enough and searchable. I tried to, don't like it. Free Tragedy. Some people play 2. I like 3. It searches monsters, it's a discard target. If you see opening, you want to see Tragedy. If you don't see opening and you see Tragedy, and you have your field spell on your way to fusion summon, it's still going to search. It's a win-win. Play 3. Also, the graveyard effect. If you go through your targets and they can't OTK you because you've set your board up right and this is in your grave, there's nothing wrong with banishing it and just getting back branded fusion and playing it again. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a great way to do things.
Fair dues.
Right, then you have your... I'd say Garnets, because you don't want to draw them. Ideally you want to search them through the combo, but you have your Dramaturge and your Ad Libitum. Some people don't like to play one of each. I think they're crazy, because it's very situational.
I know this one for a fact is insane.
This is the main one you're going to search every time. And what this one does is it's basically going to let you get back a level 8 or higher fusion. I mean, you could do a Luba to search, but we're going to get a way higher fusion. This one is just an extra negate that summons itself. If you have both and you can go into certain fusion plays, do it. Just do it. Especially given that if you do your chain links right at making this last, when this one triggers, you can then immediately trigger this. So it's a win-win there. Your Albazes. 2. 2 secrets. 2 nice ones. Try not, hopefully you don't draw them. If you do, it's not the end of the world, because you can, in a way, force an extension with them. And worst case scenario, you could just super poly. So yeah, obviously these are going to be your fusion targets. So ideally they can stay in deck, along with Hex Sealed. If you understand Hex Sealed, you know it's just a fusion substitute. It's also a light. So amazing card. Should have picked them up ages ago. And then if you're like me, 1 Maximus. Now, if you want to get cheeky later on, you can play Ecclesia. I won't yet. But the benefit of Maximus, especially after you do your whole combo, dumping 2 in this extra with all the end phase effects, priceless. Just priceless. Hand trap lineup. 2 Ash. If you're playing certain other cards, I recommend putting this at 3. Okay? This is the only one I'd probably change. 2 Ogre, Ash is enough. 3 Imperm. The complete hand trap lineup. 7. In this format, people don't like 7, they like 9 at least. I'm fine with 7 because technically we're playing 6 other cards which are board breakers. So, 7's nothing traps. Now, the new card, Branded Fusion.
Best card in the set.
Use materials from your deck. Oh look, that's nice.
I think we all know what it equals.
Well, that depends on what combo you're gonna do. Now, if you don't want to do this, another good combo is these two. Because you get a trigger. You get a search. You could go for the other two. If you're going to do it, it's either this and this, or these two. Getting a search to go through your next combo, especially if you're going to go Mirror Jade combo, you get to add Ad Libitum to hand, which means you're also setting up for Chimera in a very nice way. But yeah. Branded Fusion, OP. Branded Opening, 3. Special Summon the Luba.
Best card in the deck.
Do I need to say more? If you have Tragedy, double search. You're chain blocking a Luba from Ash. Not that people should Ash a Luba, but they do. It's also protection from destruction, so if anyone's DPing your monsters, if you want to save them, feel free. 2 red. Why 2? Because I play 2 Chimera. If I didn't play 2 Chimera, I probably wouldn't do 2 red, I'd probably do 1, because you can reset it, but 2. 2 Chimera, 2 red. Simple as. 1 field spell. Some people aren't even playing this, and I think they're nuts.
Yeah, I think the card is insane.
You play this if you're going for your extending play, and I'll cover over that why later, but also the way how it can make your board annoying to get over is why you play this card. Because if a fairy dies, you're getting a fusion back, and this does not limit to anything, it's just level 8 or higher. So if you're playing DPE, Dragoon, anything that they've somehow got over and they kill a fairy, it's coming back.
And I wonder what fairy's dying.
I mean the entire Despia.
No. This one will be the one that dies. It comes back, innit?
It's true. Engrave it can come back. Just remember though, if you do choose to search of it, especially if you choose to summon it off Ad Libitum for some reason, I don't know why you would, it can only use one of its effects each turn.
Yeah.
So don't try to search with it and then try to use the engrave effect. It's not going to work.
We don't cheat here.
Yeah. This is the one off that some people are not playing. This is Branded Lost. Now, personally, what I like to do, if I hard open Branded Fusion and I can see my search still, rather than search red, because in the combo I'm going to get, well, Branded in red, I'm going to search Lost. I'll use Lost. And then when I go into my fusion, Lost is going to chain and it's going to get me kit. That's how you're going to get your kit. And it's an extender.
Also, a nice thing about it is that it guarantees you're branded in red for the next turn or the field spell.
To an extent, yes. But the only thing I'd research if you're going to extend that way is the field spell, because if you're playing it properly, you would go field spell, you would then use your Albion on board with either probably your Aluba, if you're playing this ideally. So Aluba's engraved set up to come back, and then end phase you'll set red. That's the better way to do it. Foolish! It's basically it's a pseudo-branded opening.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ditch Tragedy, search Aluba, normal Aluba. This way uses your normal, but it works. And to be honest, using your normal is fine, because the only other normal in the deck you ideally want anyway is Kit, and possibly Albaz depending on the situation. So there's no loss to this, and it puts Tragedy in grave, so it sets up red as well by default, which is perfect. You could play Sark, but I don't play Sark because it banishes the Tragedy, and yes, you would get it back, but it's not engraved, so you can't use red off that, which is why it's a bit... Tuna Dear Servant! If you haven't realised why, well, I'm playing Maximus. This card can also search Albaz, so there's no reason not to, so you have 3 targets. I'm also playing the Shadol package, so there's that, I can set up Windar. Maximus thing, of course, is a plus. The fact this even sends one from extra deck is a plus in itself, and it's a good way to finish up your combo, especially if you're going for, let's say you draw an ideal hand, they're going to waste your hand trap stopping your branded combos, so then finishing up on the Dear Servant is tough. Unless you're against Flunderies, in which case Winder doesn't do much. Against other decks, Winder is still annoying.
Yeah.
And don't forget, it only takes 1 hand trap to stop the Brave package. So one hand trap and the Dear Servant can really fuck him over.
Yes.
Like, you just stop them from getting the equip, and that's it. There you go. Right, board breakers, hence why I can run less hand traps. Free droplet. Money, 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 money.
Yes. Lots of money for that one.
Especially if you're going second. Normal Aluba effect. Imperm, alright, yeah, droplets it away. Now it's going to resolve. I'm negating your monsters that are a problem as well. They can't respond to monster effects. Win-win. Search Brand Diffusion.
Yeah. Plus just normal Aluba chain it's just insane.
Exactly. Like, there's so much this can do. Like, especially if they try to get away with not using... Let's say they actually are playing Grave Package. You can negate Griffin, it doesn't go back as cost. You can technically stop DPE if you wanted to.
You can negate Baron, you can negate
Baron.
You can negate the mirror match. Dragoon.
Oh no, we have something for that.
Yeah, I know.
So, my actual board breaker. Free Super Poly.
This card is just insane in this format.
Why do we use free Super Poly? Well, everyone has a Fusion and a Dark.
And let's be honest, new deck, everybody playing free structure decks. That's like, there's no reason.
It's not even because of that. If you can't even end on your board properly, pretty much all your monsters, other than the odd light, are dark. You can use your own monsters to use Super Poly. Go ahead. There's no reason not to set or use this card.
The cool thing as well is that you can just go ahead and pop monsters, cards your opponent controls with Chimera in it as well, because you just fuse the 3 on your board and then get rid of your opponent's board.
No, you can't do that.
Why not?
Chimera must use one from hand and field.
Oh, bad Yu-Gi-Oh player here.
The benefit of this, though, if people do their Scythe Lock with DPE, for some reason, a lot of people get in this habit of not using their DPE effect to pop Verte, and if they make that mistake, they're going to get hard punished in your draw phase. Or in standby. It's up to you what you want to do, but draw phase, because they can't do anything. Take it away, punished. And then one schism. Obviously, Winder plays.
Yeah.
So let's just go into extra. And we'll start with some more of the new stuff, I guess. Right. Mirror Jade.
Only one.
Just one. The only reason why, you're either going to go into this, or you're going to go into Dragoon. This is your choice. Each one has its own combo. One is enough. If one goes to grave, it's fine. If one goes to banished, it's fine.
True, because you can just return them with the Ab Libitum, right?
If it comes back, its effect is no longer set, so you can use it again. So don't think that you have to wait a whole turn when it gets resummoned. No.
I guess you can also loop Bellion it back into the extra deck as well, which is
you
nice.
You can as well.
Yeah, so you always have a way to put it back.
So one is enough. If it goes to grave, Regeki your board. Do it. Just trigger it, doesn't matter. If it's on your board and it's probably going to get negated, you might as well chain it, because you're going to get a plus off end phase.
Yeah, because it's cost to send too, isn't it?
It's cost to send. I shouldn't need to say too much about this. If you're going for a full combo and you're choosing Mirror Jade combo, banishing your Aluber on field in your turn to get your set phase branded in red is not bad. You can use it, go into Chimera, pop cards, draw, use your Ad Libitum to bring this back in the normal combo, and this is then live again.
The good thing about it as well, that it can, one normal summon of Albus can literally out any extract monster as well too, isn't it? Because that literally just says Link, Fusion, Synchro. It's just a really good card.
Also under branded Lost, it can't be the activation cannot be negated, which means they pretty much have to use an imperm to stop Albus. They can't chain a monster effect. Well, they can do DPE. That'll work.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I was going to say.
Albion. 2 Albion, 1 Lubellion. Now, you're thinking, why not 2 of each? I like space in my extra deck. And space is tight. This one's better, because this one has an engrave effect. If this goes to grave, you can set red, you can set Branded Fusion if you're doing it in your opponent's turn, you can set opening, for some reason, you could set your field spell, you shouldn't do that, but you can.
You could just add it to your hand though, which is also good.
You could, yeah. So, you know, that's just your options. I mean, to be honest, later on, I'd probably change one card in this extra deck to 2 different options, but for now, none of these would change anyway.
Another reason why I think this lineup's correct is just for the fact that if you're making this Send Tragedy, you're going into the Ice Jade regardless, so you just put this back regardless, so you always have it for later on.
That's exactly right. And plus, this one has a cost, this one doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh, nice to know costs. But yeah, the fact that this will add ones from grave is why it's better. Lubellion, if it goes to grave, you're getting nothing. So,
yeah, Lubellion is essentially, I don't get my Dragoon negate, but I get the banish, which is nice.
1 Dragoon. Wow, didn't see that coming.
It's Dragoon!
Keep in mind that on the standard combo, if you're not using your Lost Extender, you should have 3 cards in your hand when you're finished with a red set. There is no way you're not using this twice if you do it right. Broken. Dragostapelio. Now, in the extended combo that I played with the field spell, when you fuse your Albion and your Aluba, you're making Dragostapelio.
Let me guess, because it has the ability to negate any monster,
it's
correct?
An extra deck. It's a negate. It's perfect. Yeah. On top of that, if you don't have that, we play Super Poly. Either way, this card is way too accessible not to play. To hit your opponent, or just for you. If you're going first and you want a Dragoon in this, that's great.
Double negate is double negate.
Yep. And 9 times out of 10, that also leaves Kit on the board. So, if they do Super Poly you, for 2 darks, or a Fusion and a dark, you still can use Branded in red because you still have a monster on board. So you can still Chimera and get one back. Probably Dragoon, because at this point, you know, it won't be as good as Dragoon, but yeah. It's just options and it gives you a Super Poly target, so yes. One of these. 1 to tackle it. Searcher.
Just summon Maximus or get Albaz. Same
9
thing.
times out of 10, we'd probably just get the Albaz. Especially, the way to use this card is if you go and you use the effect of Mirror Jade on your opponent's turn, we send this. And then on end phase, because especially in like things like Elder Lich where they can't use their backer until the next turn, we use this effect to special summon Albaz.
And then you just fuse their board away.
Yep, and then you fuse Albaz, you go into Albion, and you make an extended play. And because most boards either have a light or a dark, Lubellion's also the option.
The nice thing with that is if you didn't go into Ice Jade, then you can just go ahead and make another Ice Jade too, and then just banish another card on the board, which is really good.
Exactly. This card, which I'm going to change, Iron Dash Dragon. You can add or special kit, or you can just use it to get the same Fallen of Albaz. One kit, I can't justify it. I tried it, it does work. I'd probably rather either play another super poly target, like Starving Venom, or you would play... What's the card called? I think it's in here. No, you play the new one. The one that's coming out in Dimension Force. The Contact Fusion for Dragons, which when it's sent to grave searches any fusion card. So if you want to play the DPE package in your build, you can search Fusion Destiny for your next turn. That's what you do. If not, Starving Venom. 2 Chimera. I mean...
Cards insane. Cards is basically Satellite Warrior on crack.
If you're playing the Fright Fur build, good on you. Has better protection. Even if you don't, it's gonna 9 times out of 10 get chain blocked from Ash at least. You're drawing 2, popping 1, or drawing 1, popping 2.
It should always get chain blocked from Ash because you're always going to have Ableton as the final chain, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you're just watching out for imperms on this. If you're playing the Fright Fur build, they can't even imperm it. I am not, but I might look into other builds with that, but this one works really good, so I'll stick with this for now. Yeah, 2 of these. They're your greatest backup, your draw power. I've never once seen a fusion that said Pot of Greed and Pop. So, yeah, broken. One of these. This card is getting way more popular.
Just OTK bait, right?
It's not even OTK bait. It's just how it's how it can balance itself. Because your options, like if you don't want to go to Dragon Stapilio, you could just go into this, right? Your opponent basically has to fight you with low weight or high fusions. So they really have to think about how to play around it. So 9 times out of 10 they're looking for a way to remove it from the board. And if it leaves, you're either specialing a Despia or a Fallen of Albaz. Which means they have to have something on board by that point to stop Albaz, otherwise you can rip their board again.
You can rip their board, or you can just get another branded fusion for the following turn.
Well, that's the thing, yeah, but then if you do that, then your Luba can't trigger engrave, right?
Yeah.
So it very much depends what you're against. But if I was against, say, let's give a good example, Prank Kids, and they battle and bottle me. Alright, 9 times out of 10 at the moment, they want to recycle their Meow Meow Mew, okay? So it very much depends on their board. There's so much choice, like, another one, PK. PK have to pretty much get through this, and they want to have DP Cypherlock. What are they going to do? They have to be over it with DP, right? And you're playing with a Dragoon on board. No, with this, you'll always have Dragoon on board. So they need to somehow stop this, and do a Dragoon.
That's fair.
Right?
Yeah.
So the only way to really do it is to be over it, and then try use DP effect when Albaz is summoned. You're not going to let that happen. You're not. And because they tend to play Cypherlock, there's always a link up there. You're going to go to Mirror Jade. There you go. Unce. You can't send it off Mirror Jade, but you can send it off Nadir Servant or Maximus. It's a pop one.
Just free removal.
Yeah, free pop.
Also, if you get Maximus yourself, you can go ahead and pop them.
Exactly. Oh, I mean, in my case, I might just get one of these. Shadol package. Bare minimum. Search Schism. If you're ditching Schism, or because you have a Tragedy in hand to plus off of that, send Construct with Maximus. Get this, you know. Who doesn't not like to deal with Window?
Wind is just such a stupid package.
Sides. Kind of up to your opinion. Evenly. Haha, Brave package lol.
Pretty much.
Lancia. Haha, PK. Potentially haha, Brave package if you're trying to stop Water Enchantress. Flunderies, main reason. Droll, once again. Flunderies, main reason. They don't open D-Shifter, that's their turn done. Token Collector. Possibly for Brave package. Kill Sword Soul. It's never. Let's stop it. Lightning Storm.
Just good.
Just good.
Just good.
You can throw it in with Evenleys against Elder Lich, and if they don't reveal Heavenly Prison, that's a board flip.
Fair enough.
They have to hard draw Heavenly Prison, they can't search it, so there you go.
Yeah.
And if not, it even leaves in there too.
So, pretty much, you've theorycraft this deck to insanity, and honestly...
I mean, I've got like 20 different builds. The funniest one being burn for 18 every card, plus a Gravediggers, just in case.
Oh, that's the Masquerade build, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just the dumb one that you just... Oh yeah, I'm going to make 3 Masquerades. Oh, you want to activate a single card?
No, the correct name for the build is, do you have droplets? No, I guess you're dying. Sorry, oh, Dark Rune.
So yeah, I think we went over everything, but the one thing is, what were your matchups?
So, there were some easy ones. It was like... Well, there was too hard, too easy, in my opinion. I had to play against Salad, which... some of my stuff is useless against Salad, in all fairness. Because I can't really do anything about with Super Poly, with what I've got. That's fine. But then other stuff is fine. I can set up and pretty much... But I lost Dice Roll, so... Still won. The second game... Gosh... I'll come back to that one. The third game was Thunderies, which arguably is one of the most annoying matchups. If I recall, the first game, Wind Barrier Statue will kill this deck. And I didn't open an Imperm, so I couldn't stop it. So of course, when my opponent went to side, and I immediately just went...
Yes.
Yeah. So that happened. That was fine. The last one was against Prank Kids Brave, which is arguably the top deck of the format. When I came against Prank Kids Brave, it didn't stand a chance.
Yeah, the deck's just insane in this format, and really is just...
Like,
it's really dumb, and even won the recent YCS, which was just insane.
like, playing, they go for what? Brave Package, into Battle Butler, they got Recursion. It just didn't matter. It's weird to say, it didn't matter. Because the hand trap lineup, you've got enough stops. You've got Ash, you've got Ogre, Imperm helps. The outs are there. Everything you do is there. The only thing they actually negate, other than if they draw their hand traps, is the Brave Package negate. So it's basically just one only negate. And arguably they need 2.
Yeah. And what was your last matchup then?
The second matchup, you mean? Because that was the last one.
Oh.
Oh god, what was it?
I mean, you said Salad, you said Prank Kids, and you said Thunderies.
Yeah. I think it was some Blue Eyes player. Honestly, it's so pointless. They're always there.
Round 2 against Blue Eyes, yet you were exo. That guy was doing decent.
Also, testing this on the same day at locals, I also played against Striker and won. I played against another Prank Kids Brave and won, and I played against Eldritch and won.
So it seems that the deck works really well for you, and it's just insane. To be honest, it's a deck that a lot of people are going to play, so people will figure out real quickly how to beat it, but at the same time, the only way to really beat it right now would be, well, just Super Poly, isn't it?
Super Poly is strong. If you end on the free board combo, it doesn't completely stop you. So don't think it's...
Is the free board combo 3 darks?
It is, yeah.
Just remember there's a Super Poly target that takes 3 darks.
There is, and I'm aware of that. But then, if you're going the other way and you don't go Dragon Stapelio, you do have 2 darks in the light.
That's fair then.
So if you're worried about that, and you know, and you've got a feeling, especially if you're going second, and you know what your opponent's like, just make the Despia fusion, play the light. It's safer. If it leaves, because it's Super Poly, you're getting a special. And on top of that, they can't use 3.
That's fair.
So then you're still set up for red.
That's fair enough. Anyway, so clearly the deck's insane. Clearly we know it's going to be insane, and everybody watching this video says, yeah, this is the best deck in the format, 3 structure decks. But yeah, everybody, he did well with it. He's been playing this deck for months. He really does deserve the credit. And yeah, I have nothing to add on to it. You said you've been done plenty. Is there anything you want to say before we end it?
Yeah, everyone's playing this with Frightfur, with Edge of Chain. It's good, but not if you play Super.
Fair enough. Anyway, thank you all for watching. This has been, well, the next best deck of the format. And yeah, see you guys in the next one. Sign out.